Hello, I'm Komal Sharma and you're listening to the Lounge Podcast, a weekly show that gives you some music, movies, art and culture news. Today's show is about a coming together of a bunch of things, including music, art and culture, and all of this to give impetus to a medical cause, that of brain surgery. Let me give you a quick background. The Maharaja of Jodhpur's son had a brain injury a couple of years ago when he was playing polo. It was a grim situation, but the prince now leads a normal life. Post that incident, after the family realized the lack of medical facilities and just plain awareness, they founded the Indian Head Injury Foundation. Next weekend, the Maharaja is hosting the Jodhpur One World Retreat in Jodhpur to bring together several threads, the foundation's work so far, developments in the medical field, and yes, there's a news that I've been saving all this time. Sting, the musician, the singer, the songwriter, the composer of the former Police, is also doing a private concert at Jodhpur. Speaking to us with more details, the origin and the work of the foundation, and a glimpse of what all is planned for the weekend is Dhananjay Singh, trustee with the foundation. So let's go over to him and find out more. Welcome to the Lounge Podcast, Mr. Singh.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be there.
Great. So before we actually go into the Jodhpur One World Retreat, could you briefly tell us about the Indian Head Injury Foundation, sort of, its aim, its origin and the work so far?
Yes, I'd like to. The Indian Head Injury Foundation, the IHIF, was founded in 2007-8 by Maharaja of Jodhpur. A lot of people know that his son, our Prince Shivraj Singh, sustained a very, very horrific head injury on the polo field a few years before. And all of us in Jodhpur saw firsthand that there really was nothing in India to help him.
Okay.
There was no knowledge about the protocols that go into a head injury, get to hospital.
Right.
Once in the hospital, people weren't sure how to deal with it. I mean, we have some of the very top neurosurgeons in the country. The rest of the protocol, the rest of the care was, there was a big gap.
Okay.
So we saw that for ourselves. It was a long ordeal, 3-4 months in Jaipur for a few days and then 4.5 months in Bombay.
Right.
We saw that there was really a big gap there. And then as soon as he came out of coma, by then we had linked up through friends of the Maharaja with doctors in the US and the UK. And even the doctors in India said that, he better go out because there's nothing here for rehabilitation.
Really? Okay.
So then we went out and we were out for 6-7 months. After he came out of coma, he was in a vegetative state, then you're pushed out of vegetative state and you slowly brought back to life, as it were.
Right.
This is an ongoing process and it carries on and on. Even at some level, some therapies still carry on so many years later.
Right.
But basically, the Maharaja saw a few years after the emergency time was over and the prince was getting better and things, and he decided to do something about it because the facilities are virtually non-existent in our country.
Right. And in the last, let's say 5 years, do you see some sort of change or improvement in, maybe the post-care or even research-wise?
Well, actually, in the last few years, one is the IHIF at its own level. I mean, it's only one organization working.
Right.
At its own level, wherever we have worked with the prince in the hospitals where we have worked, definitely been increased awareness for the problem. We've been able to provide international contacts. In fact, the entire medical team which looked after the prince in New York is now regularly coming out to India in camps and conferences and other interactions with the medical fraternity.
Okay.
But, it's such a big country and it's such a big problem.
Right.
That really, and this is just the tip of the...
Sure.
We haven't even scratched the surface, actually.
Right. Okay, that gives us a sort of overview of where this has come from. So the One World Retreat, is this the first time it's happening?
Yes, the One World Retreat is the first time it's happening. We've had 1 or 2 fundraisers, meaning just gala dinners, highlighting this problem. We had one in Bombay.
Okay.
One of our trustees is Deepak Parekh, the chairman of HDFC.
Right.
So through him, we had organized one in Bombay, one in London a few years ago. But what we found is that we are not reaching that, that critical mass in terms of raising awareness, in terms of raising resources,
Okay.
and in generating a sort of a momentum,
Sure.
so that people come to us. We don't know where to reach out. Now, just in this last few months, the build-up to the retreat,
Right.
so many people from around the country have said, we want to work with you.
Right.
We just read about what's happening. We want to work with you. This is what we can do.
Yes.
There's nothing in our part of the country.
Right.
And things like that. So we found, to generate this critical mass, the Maharaja wanted to do something which would really give it an impetus.
Right. And it's I was looking at the schedule on your website. It's quite an elaborate 3 days. I was looking, there's an auction, of course. There is a rejuvenation session of Bansi Yog. There's a handicrafts bazaar.
Well, Bansi Yoga is happening in wherever our guests are staying.
Okay.
There are 3 hotels who are partners to the retreat. The Umedwan Palace,
Okay.
which is managed by the Taj, Ras, which is a boutique hotel in the city, and Taj Hari Mahal,
Okay.
which is a Vivanta hotel by Taj. So Bansi Yoga will be happening there every morning.
Right.
The auction, as you said, happens on the second day.
Okay.
It's an auction, it's a professional auction actually, by an auction house, Indian auction house called Bid and Hammer,
All right.
whose chairman is actually originally from our part of the world.
Okay.
So he really wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
And depending on exactly what the seller and the buyer want, IHIF will be getting 10 to 25% of the proceeds.
Okay.
On different objects will be different
Okay.
depending on what they've committed.
Okay.
That will happen the second day. On the first day, we have an Indian Rhapsody, a musical cultural pageant at the fort,
Okay.
Varangur Fort,
Right.
choreographed by Bansi Kaul, who did, among other things, Commonwealth Games.
Oh, right. Okay.
And the topic, which was popularly chosen, was called Nari,
Right.
celebrating the Indian woman. So that's on the first day. That's when people will get to know each other. We've got NGOs from all around the world. We've got the Bloomberg Foundation.
Okay.
We've got the Global Road Safety Partnership. We've got the Neurological Society of India.
Right.
We've got foundations like the DLF Foundation. So that's the first day for people to meet and get to know each other.
Right.
The second day, on the lake, Balsamand Lake Palace, we have an interactive conference
Okay.
titled The Beautiful Mind,
Okay.
where we have speakers from different walks of life. We have someone from the Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Sri Vijay Podar, speaking on consciousness, the adventure of consciousness, and how Indian spirituality sees the brain.
Right.
Then we have Baroness Susan Greenfield speaking on the future of the brain.
Okay.
We have a very interesting talk by Nigel Osborne on music and the mind.
Okay.
And
That's a lot to look forward to. Tell us, how did Sting come about this? I mean, we know of his, that he takes up causes all across the world. That's the power of his music. But how did this association come about?
Sting is actually an old friend of the Maharajas.
Okay.
And he's actually been several times to Jodhpur on
All right.
lesser under the radar visits.
Okay.
He's actually also a patron of the Maharaja's Sufi festival in Nagaur, which is actually happening at the moment. He was also there for the prince's wedding in 2009.
Okay.
He and Trudy came especially for that because that was a great celebration. So His Highness Babji just asked him and said, we want to do this and we need, the Sting concert is going to be the headline event.
The highlight.
It's going to be the main thing. On the second night, there'll be the auction, then a dinner hosted by Taj, and then leading into the Sting concert.
Okay. All right, so that's a lot to look forward to, Mr. Singh. We'll wrap it up here. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us. All right, bye-bye. All the best.
Bye-bye.
All right, that's all we have for you this week. Thanks for listening in, and do write to us at feedback@livemains.com.